Well, welcome back to the Untitled podcast. And I know we're never going to come up with a title, so let's just lean into it.
Yeah.
I'm Jami Kolev, and this is
Vic Kolev.
And we are the owners of the Kolev Group here at Premier Plus Realty. And we're going to kind of go away from like some of the other things that we've done before and talk today about some of the things happening here in Cape Coral that I am personally really excited about.
I feel like there's a lot.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot happening, a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, and I will say, if you ever want to know about new development or what's going on in the boating world out here, Vic is definitely the one to go to. But all of this is around the like foodie bar scene.
Which does exist out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's my thing.
Yeah, that is absolutely
is
your thing.
all my thing. So I love getting to talk about this. But let's talk about the number one thing that has been going on here in Cape Coral for the last
is buzzing.
I mean, it's been the last year since October of last year, but specifically recently, and that is
the Boathouse.
The Boathouse. It's coming back. I'm
so excited.
Yeah. If you don't know, if you haven't followed her like along, and maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it, down in the yacht club area of Cape Coral, there is the Boathouse Tiki Bar and Grill, one of two locations. The other one's in Fort Myers, and it was just our favorite place.
It was a staple.
It was. I mean, it's one of the only places that you can go sit under a tiki, get those beautiful water views, open air, and prior to COVID, they opened up the beach and you could go play, the kids could play in the water, and it was destroyed during Ian.
Right.
Tiki Hut just
collapsed in. Completely collapsed down.
But when we were rebuilding after Ian, I think when everybody was rebuilding after Ian, it was for all of us we all held on to that. They were coming back, and it was when they opened, it was like a milestone for our area. And for all of us that were still rebuilding. But then tell us what happened in October.
Caught fire and burned down. Absolutely one of the saddest things I've ever watched in real time.
Yeah, we so it got some damage during Helene was the first one.
Yes.
And so they closed it. Milton happened, and then they opened it. And the day they opened, so it caught fire.
It caught fire, yes.
And you saw it on Facebook.
A community page on Facebook,
and we're like, that's got to be the other one.
Yeah.
It's got to be the other one.
Yeah.
And so we drove out because it's just a few minutes from our house.
It was not the other one.
It was not the other ours.
Yeah.
But it's been a battle with the city because the city owns the land and I guess the building too, from my understanding.
Or a portion of it.
Yeah. So they wanted to cancel the contract that they currently had. It was a 20-year contract. They were 11 years in, had 9 years left to go. They wanted to cancel that contract and create a new contract with Kolev Group prior to demoing it. Right. And this went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They could not come to an agreement. It was a debacle. And finally, they came to an agreement.
Yeah. The clouds parted.
Oh.
Exactly.
I'm sure it's not exactly the way that Zach Kearns wanted it to go, but
I respect the guy for his continued fight and wanting to be, back in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. So we're sitting here. It's September 19th, and yesterday, September 18th, they began demo on the Boathouse. From what we saw, I think it's going to take a couple days to fully clear it. It wasn't fully gone this morning, but the plan is that it is going to be coming back in, Kearns said optimistically, 1.5 to 2 years. Now we know that's not going to happen because let's be honest. How slow has the city of Cape Coral moved on the yacht club? Right. Which is in the same area as that. So I don't think that that's going to happen, but I would love to see that happen. And it's going to be twice as big.
Boy, I'll tell you what, get excited about it coming back, especially when the Boathouse is back, when the yacht club gets rebuilt. That entire area is just going to get revitalized, re-stimulated. It's going to be incredible.
It's going to be a tourist hotspot, I think.
It's going to be a local hotspot.
We need to buy some bikes so we can ride down there.
Absolutely.
But let's talk real quick, just in case you're wondering what that new deal looks like. I know some of you don't care, so you can skip ahead. Some of you do. But basically what changed in this is the city is going to make a little bit more money on it, understandably.
Naturally.
$7,000 in base rent. And then they're going to get a portion of the gross sales, including fuel, because they have a fuel pump there. It'll be 5% years 1 through 10, 6% 11 through 20, and 21 through 30 will be 7%. But they are giving them, I think, $1 million in credits to like help them rebuild and all of that. So excited.
Some skin in the game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I would love for it to be kind of like the Boathouse up north, the Fort Myers one. I'd love to see a pool, Kearns, just hints. That would be great. I loved it. It was like, it was an adult only pool, and you could have your food and your cocktail in the pool.
No, she's throwing a wish list out here.
I know. Kearns,
just rebuild it.
If you would like to know my thoughts on what you should do with the Boathouse, just give me a call.
Yeah, there you go.
All of our contact information is down below. You know where to find me. Okay, but let's talk about, so that was huge news this week. Let's talk about the second biggest piece of news this week, which I heard about it, like kind of, it was thrown out there and then it just kind of went away. And that's the sale of Dixie Roadhouse.
Dixie Roadhouse, yeah.
Dixie Roadhouse sold, and I was nervous when I read.
I was nervous too, because you never know what's going to happen, right? And for those that don't know, Dixie Roadhouse is a awesome little bar with, you know, line dancing. And
I love how you say little bar.
It's not little, it's massive,
It's the
actually.
number one country bar here in Southwest Florida.
It's not little, it's massive.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from us being in Colorado, all of our Colorado friends that watch it. It's similar to the Grizzly Rose or the Stampede or something like that. So the new owners...
But it's a ton of fun.
It is so much fun.
Yeah.
The new owners are actually planning to keep it exactly as is with just some upgrades.
Which, thank goodness. And the biggest one that I'm excited for is the rooftop opening up, because we've never experienced that since living here.
Yeah, and not only the rooftop, they're talking about adding a patio.
Oh, come on.
They're doing, I think I read that they're looking at adding like a video or a TV wall.
Okay.
And this one is what I'm really excited about. Back in the day, apparently they used to have artists like come play.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I want to say and it wasn't just country. I want to say the Misfits played, but I know for sure Blake Shelton played, which he's huge. And they are talking about wanting to bring that back.
Well, that'll be cool.
Which would be awesome. I'd love to see that. They have the stage, they have the room. That would be so much fun to have that here, because we don't really have another venue. And then I think that also setting it up for that is going to allow them to maybe rent out the space too for like weddings or parties or things.
Again, we're busting myths here a little bit, because I did see a video online on TikTok actually recently talking about Cape Coral and how it didn't have a robust nightlife. And I'm like, oh, come on. There's so many places you can go.
Have they never heard of the Triangle? People talk it. There's a joke. I think it's actually amongst the bartenders, but we have a lot of friends that are bartenders, and so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think there's a joke about the Triangle, people getting lost in the Triangle in Cape Coral, and that's between Backstreets, Rusty's, and Dixie.
That makes sense.
That's basically where most people stay in that little.
And then there's so much more
outside so much
of that.
More.
Yeah. So don't listen to what you're seeing out there on videos and stuff like that. There's a lot of nightlife out here.
So a couple things I wanted to talk about with that is, well, so you were talking about the rooftop and the patio. The patio, they're going to start working on immediately, like as soon as they can. And then the rooftop, they're going to start working on it, I believe, beginning of next year.
Amazing.
January, February.
I'm
excited.
Let's go.
And I will say, with as big of a venue as it was, we initially looked at the note. Like, the headline was, it sold for $2.7 million. And I'm like, that's
nothing. Yeah.
It's nothing. But I did find out they bought the building itself for $5 million. All right, that makes a little more sense. I was gonna say, I'm gonna come up with 2.7 to
buy it next time. You know.
Okay, and then finally, just a little. This is more of an update than big news. I just think it's one of those things that I am checking consistently, and that's the Cove at 47th.
Yeah.
So the Cove of 47th, at 47th is a luxury apartment complex in downtown Cape Coral.
Beautiful.
And I say downtown Cape Coral. It's a street.
Yeah.
There's just one street. But there's supposed to be 3 new restaurants going in.
Yeah, which I'm so excited for.
The Cove at 47th, I'm annoyed because like the Cove at 47th has been open and people have been living there for a year.
Yeah.
And what's that TikTok sound? I think about it every time I drive by. You know that TikTok sound that's like, how long is it going to take? I just want to use it like...
That's King Julian from Madagascar.
There you go.
How long is this going to take?
There you go. There you go. But seriously, I'm like, guys, I just saw drywall in there the other day, like a month ago, and I'm like, you're just now drywalling the place. Like, move it along, people.
Yeah.
But we've got 3 new restaurants going in.
Which is exciting in and of itself.
Yeah. The first of which is Big Nick's. Honestly, I've never been, but I've heard great things about the barbecue. It is, I want to say late September. They say late September, which is
now.
Any day now. Last time I drove by, it didn't look like they were going to be open.
I'm going to go knock on the door today. Be like, my wife said.
Late September. And then we've got Oak and Stone, which will probably be the next one to open. That is their 8th location, and their big draw is their tap wall, which I'm excited about. You don't love craft beer like,
but I love beer.
You do. I enjoy more like a good sour or something. I'm excited to try those out. That's November.
If this video showed below this waistline, you would know that I love beer. So, anyways.
Hopefully November.
Yeah.
I'm excited. At least this is why I'm confused, because the last time I drove by, Big Nick's did not have any sort of signage whatsoever. Aqua has their big sign, which we'll talk about that next. And then Oak and Stone at least had like all of their windows were covered in advertisement for that restaurant. So it's a little suspicious to me or confusing to me that Big Nick's would be the first one to open, but
whatever.
I'll take anything at this point. It's been too long.
Yeah.
And then finally is Aqua. They're known for their Mediterranean. Ooh, I keep hitting it. Mediterranean style food. They're going to be doing like whole fish.
Okay.
A raw bar. Like so. A little bit more.
So you've looked a lot more into this than I have. That's amazing. That's your niche.
I know. I used to be a food blogger. You know that I've looked into this.
I just go and enjoy.
So that's December.
Okay.
So Christmas time.
Yay.
So all before the end of the year. Fingers crossed. I mean, they did tell us that at the beginning that it was supposed to be open summer 2025, and here we are in September. So we'll see, but. Excited for the progress.
If any of the owners are watching, clearly nobody's anxiously waiting for you guys to open.
Nobody is. Nobody is. I literally drive by it every day on my way to Hotworks. I specifically take that way, and I just have to go to Hotworks and do some yoga to release.
We're prepping
the anger that I have that it's not open.
Oh, I thought we were prepping the waistline. I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh, I mean that too. But. Honestly, we can't wait. I'm super excited. So we've got a lot coming up end of this year, and then so much to look forward to with like improvements to Dixie, and then
the Bimini Square restaurant coming up. I mean, all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about it another time.
We've got so much coming up, but I'm excited. There's so much growth, and I know so many people people that have been here forever and saw it from the small town. Of course, we hear them all the time. They don't love the growth. I love keeping the small town feel, but I'm excited for these new things to come in and give us a little more to enjoy.
Absolutely. I mean, keeping the residents here enjoying things instead of, going out to Fort Myers or Estero or Naples or whatever to have a nice steak, Yeah. Having it here in town is going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Hey, don't say having it here. We already have a nice steak place in town.
Well,
Prime
what I mean.
239. We love you. But yeah, super excited. So stay tuned. Follow along, subscribe to the channel, all of the above, and we'll keep you updated with all things happening here in Cape Coral.
Bye, guys.